France still menacingly in the background, and the longer this goes on, the more confident the French will get, because Martin Fourcade, he's certainly capable of gaining 10 seconds on most men on the way around that lap.
He's impossibly good, Martin Fourcade. Boeuf is pulling back a little time. Christophe Soumen is pulling back 2 seconds on, Arndt Pfeiffer now at the front. Garanishev has worked hard, Patrick. He was 10 seconds. He's now only 2 seconds behind the leaders. It's a lot of effort.
Well, it's a big moment for Germany as well. As we mentioned, only 2 World Cup wins in the last 7 years. You have to go all the way back to 06 Olympics. The last World Championship title they won was in Oberhof, if my memory serves me right. Once again, it was the fearsome threesome of Gross, Luck and Fischer. Who do they bring in for the 4th leg on that occasion? I know there was a lot of hoo-ha about it.
I think it was Pfeiffer.
It might have been Pfeiffer. No, that was before his time. Before his time. So
this is Pfeiffer's time now.
First shoot, 3rd leg, Norway first to strike. Terje Boe of Norway, Russia with Yevgeny Garanichin, and Arndt Pfeiffer of Germany. And Terje Boe thought that 5th one was down. Now he has to focus. 1, 2, 3, not many more than 4 seconds given away by Terje Boe, but maybe a chance and maybe an opportunity for Pfeiffer and Garanichin to get away. 4.8 seconds the margin. Austria 5 out of 5. Good shooting from Austria. Christophe Soumen. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of ski form Soumen's on, Mike. So if we can time him over this second 2.5 kilometre loop, we'll see what his chances are of staying ahead of France and the Czech Republic.
Yeah, Soumen so far, he pulled back 2 seconds on the first 2.5 kilometres.
Boeuf and Sukup shot for shot, and Sukup does exactly the same as Terje Boe of Norway. Just breaking the position too early. So they're firmly in 6th position now, the host nation. There is still hope, but the longer the race goes on, the more important it is that they keep the shooting perfect. Quite a lot of, 3-4 clicks clockwise from Prima of Ukraine.
Yeah, I can see that. The wind, we can just see it, but it's stronger where Prima is. And although it's just a breeze, it really does move the fall of the shot. That's a little unlucky for Prima.
Well, now the wind has dropped away. Will we see him turn the sights back? No. In
fact, the wind has completely changed.
Yep. Italy and the USA have been playing catch-up since the very first shoot. Ukraine get away, but the leaders...
The wind from the right now is
doing the same.
Tripping a few of them up. Was amazing. Yeah. Most of them were dead centre.
Pfeiffer looking very, very focused, and the German fans have something to cheer about for pretty much the first time in these championships. There they are, leading the way. It's a slim lead of half a second over Russia. Norway just 5 seconds behind, but they've closed that down already, and now it becomes tactical before the second shoot. Well, through the 3.5 kilometre interval, another 1.5 kilometres before the standing shoot, and we always think that the second shoot on the 3rd leg so often shapes you don't win the race there, Mike, but you keep yourself in contention. We often see teams dropping out at that stage.
It seems psychologically the race seems to build more and more pressure, and that's where you need the strong minds, the strongest of the biathletes for me in 3rd and 4th leg. Soumen, he's only losing he gained 2 seconds on the last lap already. From the range he's lost 1 second, and Boeuf at the range was 46 behind, so he's losing pace. I'm surprised, very surprised, looking tired.
Sukup still looking relatively light in the legs, 56 seconds behind. but there's quite a slow tempo there from Sukup, which is often an indication that he's fatigued. Something we noticed yesterday with Tora Berger, Mike. Doesn't matter what the technique is, there is not a single millisecond of rest. It's all work, high tempo. Not as much power being applied, but it's all about high tempo. When you go back to your club, are you going to start coaching that, or will you stick with a more traditional stride and glide?
Well, I think, Tora Berger, the energy, the cycle of energy that she's putting out into her skis, I think that is now, no matter what the body shape or size, obviously the big guys will be a little slower tempo, but I agree. I think that I will certainly be encouraging the youngsters to up the tempo. In fact, 3 of them are on a flight today out to the European Youth Olympic Festival at 17-year-old. That's Robert Sorkis, Lachlan Cowie and Sam Cairns. And so they're doing well, and I think you can develop biathletes anywhere with the right shooting skills. And in the summer, of course, in Scotland, there's very little snow, so it's roller skiing and shooting.
And something else we noticed was how quick her arm recovery was. After each drive of the pole, the arm recovery, very, very quick indeed. And of course, if you move your arms quickly, your legs tend to follow.
That is true. The men, slightly different here, because it's a 2.5 kilometre track. You can't quite give that tempo that we saw Tora Berger, and now you're going for the strength and efficiency. Well, men allegedly 28% more use of muscle or stronger muscle groups than women.
So still just 1.3 seconds separating the leading 3. There haven't been too many changes in the last couple of legs, which is unusual for a relay. Austria have got stuck in no man's land, but they'd rather be there than back with the Czechs and the French. And it's just a question of controlling the situation. Christoph Suman, he's done exceptionally well to this stage. He needs to hit all 5 in the stand. If he does so, it's almost certain that he'll come up level with the leaders. So Pfeiffer leading down the back straight. Will someone try and just edge ahead before they come into the firing point? Everyone seems to be quite happy with their position at the moment. Pfeiffer of Germany. Russia have Yevgeny Garanichev. And then Norway with Terje Bo. 30th in the World Cup standings, Terje Bo. But don't forget, he's a former overall World Cup winner. He's a class act. But the question is, will his young mind be able to cope with this sort of situation? The Norwegians are expecting, aren't they, Mike? With 6 out of 8 gold so far. There's Mark Kirchner. He knows that his job's on the line, and if his job isn't on the line, then Uwe Musigang's must be.
Yeah, you'd expect it. The German press are saying, look, OK, you may not have the talent, but you've got the coaching talent, and today they've turned it around.
Quick prediction?
Difficult one. I would say Terje Bo is going to go fast and get 5, and I hope Pfeiffer does. Terje Bo's really flying. Brilliant.
Well, superb shooting, absolutely superb shooting. Remember, he was 5 seconds behind. Garanichev into panic mode now. 3 rounds, 3 targets. Germany get the 5 down. A chance for Austria to move into the medal positions, and the Czech Republic could seize an opportunity too. Garanichev just taking his time. If Malishko is going to get a medal, he needs all 5. Well, a penalty loop for Russia. Can you believe it? Who let them down in Ruhpolding last year?
On this leg, it was the same man.
The same man.
He missed 1 target. He's got to get this one, or it's a real mess.
Oh, 2 penalty loops. 7% of race time given away, and the Russians have blown it. Absolutely blown it. Austria get 5. Now France and the Czech Republic will be moving up a place, unless, of course, they incur penalties, but I can't see that happen.
Garanichev, why did they put him 3rd? The same place as he messed up last year. It might have been in his mind. Burf, that was rapid.
Oh, the cheers of Sukup, and it's so difficult for him. Alexei Burf is online, and he gets number 5. Sukup needs this.
Look at the time behind for the French team, 1:06 already.
Well, Garanichev will not be looking forward to finishing this loop. There's no doubt about that. The Russians' bad luck continues. Sukup gets away and they stay in the top 6, but that's a big margin that's opened up between 4th and 6th, and they were right on the heels of the French at the start of that shoot. 15, 16, 17 seconds given away, and that could prove crucial in their bid to claim their 2nd medal.
In fairness to Sukup, he has missed so much training and didn't really come back into racing until after Christmas. It's a miracle that he's racing after his serious bike injury in, when was it, end of August.
Well, Terry Boat, the only man to hit 5 out of 5, or did Pfeiffer go 5 with 5 but a bit slower?
A little slower, I think.
A little bit slower.
I think
yes,
he did.
5 with 5 for Pfeiffer. Canada. That's good shooting from the Canadians, and they'll be aiming for a top 10 finish today. They're ranked very lowly at 19th, but that's largely because of the fact they don't enter all the relays.
It's a great day for Canada, as you say, and Sweden coming back into it. They were 14th, and I think that's Armgren moving them up into 10th.
This was quick from Terje Boe. It's not a particularly comfortable looking position. Most of the Norwegians shoot with that left eye open, but all slightly low, but all well within the ring. And the Norwegian contingent of the crowd enjoying that one. They've been spoiled for success here in the Czech Republic. Look at that, 51.05 for the first time, an 8-second gap between 1 and 2, and now Pfeiffer has to work. Well, look at this, Mike. Exactly what happened in the mixed relay. The Norwegians broke away on leg number 3, and they took a 15-second lead into the final leg. Who took the final leg? Emil Hegler Svensson, who is looking for gold number 4 today. It's all been going his way. Your luck has to run out eventually, so I don't think the Norwegians can start the celebrations quite yet. And Germany with Erik Lesser. Now, if Lesser's on his very best form, the sort of form we saw in Östersund at the beginning of the year, Mike, he might be able to challenge Svensson.
He might, but Erik is shooting well. He is absolutely shooting well. We don't really know about Svensson. Remember, he withdrew from the individual race because he had a bit of a cold, or he didn't want to risk anything. And so who knows, maybe Svensson's a little bit off his best feeling, which would open up a chance for Erik Lesser.
Now, just a reminder, the Russians who were with these two leading teams have dropped back to 5th position. Goranichev, 2 penalty loops, and he is now 1 minute 15 off the pace of the lead. He's only 4 seconds behind Alexei Berth, and it's the Austrians who have capitalised, because Austria have moved up into 3rd position, and that looks very, very promising for them. The margin between 3rd and 4th at the moment is just under 30 seconds. Some of the slower teams now being lapped by the Norwegians. There is Svensson waiting to go. Of course, there's a question mark over the health of Svensson, Mike. He pulled out of the individual because he wasn't feeling 100%, sore throat, bit of